My family disowned me for marrying an immigrant from Mexico. 8 years later, Mom showed up with demands. I still remember the exact moment my mother stopped calling me her daughter. It was a Sunday afternoon. Roast chicken on the table, my dad pretending to read the newspaper, my mom staring at me like I'd just confessed to a crime. "I'm marrying him," I said. Silence. Then her voice, cold, sharp. "You mean that immigrant?" Not his name, not Mateo, just that word, like that was all he was. I nodded, anyway. My heart was pounding, but I wasn't backing down. "He's not just that immigrant, Mom. I don't care what he is," she cut me off. "You are throwing your life away." My dad didn't even look up. That hurt more than anything. "I love him," I said, quieter this time. And then she said it. "If you marry him, don't come back." Just like that. No hesitation, no emotion. Just done. I waited. I thought maybe she'd take it back. Maybe laugh it off. Maybe say she didn't mean it. She didn't. So I stood up, grabbed my bag, and walked out of the house I grew up in, knowing I might never come back. And I didn't. Mateo was waiting outside in his beat-up car, nervous as hell. "Well?" he asked. I got in, shut the door, and let out a shaky breath. "I guess it's just us now." He didn't smile. He didn't celebrate. He just reached over and held my hand. "Then we'll make it work," he said. And somehow, that was enough. The first year, brutal. We lived in a tiny apartment with peeling paint and a neighbor who blasted music at 2 a.m. Mateo worked construction during the day and took night shifts cleaning offices. I picked up 2 jobs, waitressing and babysitting. There were nights we split one meal between us. Nights we laughed about it, too, pretending it was temporary. Because it had to be. Sometimes I'd catch myself reaching for my phone, thinking, I should call Mom. Then I'd remember. Blocked. Gone. Like I never existed. But here's the thing no one tells you about being disowned. It doesn't happen once. It happens over and over. On birthdays, holidays, random Tuesdays when you hear a song that reminds you of home. It's like losing someone who's still alive. Mateo tried to fill that space. He'd cook for me, real Mexican food, not the fake stuff I grew up with. He'd dance with me in the kitchen, even when we were exhausted. He'd whisper, "One day we'll have everything we need." And slowly, we did. Not overnight, not magically, but year by year. We saved, we worked, we built something from nothing. By year 5, we had a small house. By year 6, Mateo started his own business. By year 7, we weren't just surviving anymore. We were winning. And the best part? We did it without them. Still, there were moments, like when our daughter was born. Yeah, a daughter. I held her in my arms, staring at her tiny face, and all I could think was, my mom will never meet her. I cried harder than I did during labor. Mateo didn't say anything. He just sat beside me and let me feel it. Because some wounds don't heal. They just become part of you. 8 years passed like that. 8 years of silence. No calls, no letters, no "I'm sorry," nothing. Until one afternoon, everything changed. I was in the kitchen, helping my daughter with her homework, when someone knocked on the door. Not rang the bell. Knocked. Slow. Heavy. Familiar. I don't know why, but my stomach dropped instantly. Mateo looked at me. "You expecting someone?" I shook my head. The knocking came again, louder this time. I walked to the door, my heart racing for no reason I could explain. And when I opened it, I forgot how to breathe. Because standing there was my mother. Before I tell you what she said next, I want to know something. Tell me, what time is it for you right now? And where are you watching from? I'm honestly curious. I just stood there, frozen. 8 years. 8 years of silence, and now she's standing on my doorstep like she never told me not to come back. She looked older, smaller somehow, but her eyes, exactly the same. Cold, measuring, judging. "Hello, Emily," she said. Not sweetheart, not honey, just my name. I swallowed. "What are you doing here?" She didn't answer right away. Her eyes drifted past me, scanning the house like she was inspecting it. "This is where you live?" I felt something in my chest tighten. "Yes." She nodded slowly. Huh. That one word carried more judgment than a full sentence. Behind me, I heard Mateo's footsteps. "Everything okay?" he asked. My mom's gaze snapped to him. And there it was again, that look. Like he was still that immigrant. Like 8 years hadn't changed a thing. "This is him?" she said. Mateo stepped forward, calm but firm. "My name is Mateo." She didn't repeat it, didn't even acknowledge it. Instead, she looked back at me. "Are you going to invite me in, or are we doing this on the porch?" I hesitated. Every instinct told me to shut the door. But another voice, smaller, weaker, whispered, "She's still your mother." So I stepped aside. "Fine, come in." She walked in like she owned the place. Not a thank you, not a smile. Just straight into my living room, eyes moving over everything. Our furniture, our photos, our life. Her gaze stopped at one picture. Me, Mateo, and our daughter. "What is this?" she asked. My throat went dry. "That's your granddaughter." She turned slowly. "You had a child and didn't tell me?" I let out a short laugh, sharp, bitter. "You told me not to come back, remember?" For a second, just a second, I thought I saw guilt. Then it disappeared. "You could have tried harder," she said. That did it. I felt the anger rise, hot and fast. "Tried harder? You disowned me." "I was protecting you." "From what? Love?" I shot back. The room went quiet. Mateo stepped closer to me, his presence steady, grounding. My mom looked between us, and then shook her head. "I didn't come here to argue." "Then why did you come?" I asked. That's when everything shifted. Her posture changed, her tone softened, just slightly. And suddenly, she looked tired. "I need your help." Those 4 words hit harder than anything she'd said so far. I blinked. "My help?" She nodded. "Your father. He's not well." The air left my lungs. "What do you mean?" "He's been sick for a while," she said. "Heart problems. It's serious." I felt my knees weaken, and I grabbed the back of a chair. 8 years. 8 years, and this is how I find out? "Why didn't you tell me?" I whispered. She didn't answer. "Because we both knew the truth." "And now?" I asked, my voice shaking. "Now you decide to show up?" Her eyes hardened again. We need money. Just like that. No apology. No, how have you been? No, I missed you. Just, we need money. I stared at her, waiting for the punchline. There wasn't one. You think you can just walk in here after 8 years and ask me for money? I said slowly. It's not just for us, she replied. It's for your father. The way she said it, like that would erase everything. Like that would make me forget. Mateo finally spoke. That's not how this works. She ignored him completely. Again.
I heard you're doing well, she said to me. Nice house, business. You can afford it. I almost laughed. Heard. So she'd been keeping tabs, just not reaching out. Something inside me shifted in that moment. All those years of pain, silence, struggle, and now I was just a solution to her problem? I crossed my arms. How much? Her answer came too quickly. 50,000. I actually did laugh this time. A sharp, disbelieving laugh. You've got to be kidding me. She didn't smile. I'm serious. Of course she was. I looked at Mateo, then at the photo of our daughter, then back at the woman who once told me not to come back. And I realized something. This wasn't about money. This was about everything she never said, everything she never fixed, everything she thought she could just skip over. So I took a deep breath and said the one thing she clearly wasn't expecting. No. Her face changed instantly. Shock, anger, disbelief. You're refusing? She snapped. I held her gaze. Yes. But what she said next, it hit me harder than anything else, and it made me question everything I thought I knew about my family. You don't have a choice. That's what she said, like I was still that same girl sitting at her dinner table, afraid to speak. I felt something inside me go very, very still. I don't have a choice? I repeated. She stood up straighter, her voice firm. We are your family. I almost smiled. Funny, I said quietly. I don't remember being treated like one. Her lips tightened. This isn't the time for attitude. Your father could die. That word, die, landed heavy. For a second, guilt crept in. For a second, I saw my dad teaching me to ride a bike, fixing my broken toys, laughing at my dumb jokes. And it hurt. God, it hurt. But then, I remembered the newspaper. The silence. She scoffed. For what? For trying to protect you? I shook my head slowly. No, for abandoning me. That hit. I saw it in her face. But she recovered fast. This is pointless, she said. We don't have time for your feelings. My feelings. 8 years of silence reduced to that. Mateo stepped forward then, his voice calm but unshakable. She said no. My mom didn't even look at him. I'm not talking to you. Then you should start, he replied. Because I'm her husband. That word hung in the air. Husband. Not that immigrant. Not anymore. My mom let out a sharp breath. You've changed. I almost laughed again. No, I said. I just stopped waiting for you to accept me. Silence. Real silence this time. Then she tried a different angle. Her voice softened. Her shoulders dropped. Emily, please. And there it was. Not an apology, but close enough to make my chest tighten. I can't lose him, she said. For the first time since she arrived, she sounded human. Scared. desperate. And that made this so much harder. I looked at Mateo. He didn't tell me what to do. He just nodded slightly. Your choice. Always. So I made one. I'll help, I said. My mom's face lit up, relief flooding in instantly. But I raised my hand. Not like that. Her expression faltered. What do you mean? I'm not giving you $50,000. Then what? I'll pay directly for his treatment, I said. Hospital bills, doctors, whatever he actually needs. Her eyes flickered, because now there was no control. No cash in hand, no shortcuts. That's not what I asked for, she said carefully. I know. And what if we need more? Then we'll talk, I replied. But this is how it works. She didn't like that. Not one bit. You don't trust me, she said. I held her gaze. No, I don't. Another silence. Heavier this time. She looked around the room again. At our home, our life, the family we built without her. And something in her expression shifted. Not fully, not completely, but enough. Fine, she said finally. It wasn't gratitude, but it wasn't rejection either. It was something in between. As she walked toward the door, she paused. For a moment, I thought, this is it. This is where she says it. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I missed you. Anything. She didn't. She just said, I'll send you the details. And then she left. I stood there for a long time after the door closed. Not crying, not shaking. And something in her expression shifted. Not fully, not completely, but enough. Fine, she said finally. It wasn't gratitude, but it wasn't rejection either. It was something in between. As she walked toward the door, she paused. For a moment, I thought, this is it. This is where she says it. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I missed you. Anything. She didn't. She just said, I'll send you the details. And then she left. I stood there for a long time after the door closed. Not crying, not shaking, just breathing. Like I'd finally put something down I didn't realize I was carrying. Mateo wrapped his arms around me from behind. You okay? He asked softly. I nodded. Yeah, I said. And for the first time in a long time, I meant it. Sometimes closure doesn't come with an apology. Sometimes it comes with a choice. And this time, I chose me. If you made it this far, tell me, what would you have done in my place? And don't forget to like and subscribe, because stories like this, they hit different when they're real.